Welcome back to Softbound. This is a strange story about a woman who disappeared but yet come back different. I don't know. Let's get right into it.
Maple Creek, a quiet town. Sunlight painted the houses gold and warm. Birds sang their usual cheerful tunes. Sarah lived here in a blue house with a white fence. Her life was predictable, orderly, comforting even. Or so it seemed to everyone. It was Tuesday, her regular routine. She always took a walk to the local bakery for a warm croissant and a small coffee. This morning she wore her favourite yellow cardigan. Nothing felt amiss. Not yet. She kissed her husband, Mark, goodbye. Be back soon, she said, her voice light. He expected her back in 30 minutes, as always. Then suddenly she was gone, vanished. Mark called their closest friends, then the police. Panic set in. Neighbours quickly gathered. They wanted to help. They searched, combing the familiar streets. Flyers appeared almost overnight. The community was united in their desperation, each person hoping to find a clue, a sign, anything that could lead them to Sarah. The air was thick with worry and determination. Sarah's smiling face tacked to telephone poles. Her image was everywhere. A constant reminder of her absence. Every hour stretched, becoming an eternity, painful. The minutes dragged on, each one more excruciating than the last. Time seemed to mock them, moving forward relentlessly while they remained stuck in a nightmare. The entire town of Maple Creek held its breath, waiting. The usually bustling streets were eerily quiet, as if the town itself was mourning. Mark became a ghost of himself, sleepless, haunted. His eyes were hollow, his movements mechanical. He was a man consumed by fear and sorrow, staring at the empty doorway, hoping, praying, willing her to walk through. Each creak of the floorboards, each whisper of the wind, he hoped it was her. Lily and Tom, their young children, were confused, scared. They clung to each other, their innocent eyes wide with fear. Their innocent questions pierced Mark's already broken heart. He struggled to find the words to comfort them, his own heartache making it nearly impossible. "When is Mummy coming home?" they'd ask, eyes wide. The house felt cold, terribly silent, suffocating. The walls seemed to close in, the silence deafening. Her absence was a heavy, tangible weight. It was felt in every corner of the house, in every moment of the day, crushing them all slowly, inexorably. The weight of their grief was unbearable, pressing down on them with relentless force. Then on the third night, a knock, a sound that shattered the oppressive silence, bringing with it a glimmer of hope and a surge of fear. No memory, not a single one. It was as if her mind had been wiped clean, leaving behind an unsettling void. 3 whole days, gone, wiped clean. A complete, terrifying blank. Doctors examined her, running countless tests. Physically, they said she was perfectly fine. But her mind? It was a different story altogether. It was a locked room. No key in sight, a mystery that seemed impossible to solve. She looked at her home, her familiar surroundings. Everything seemed both known and unknown. Her family, her own life, her reflection, like a stranger staring back at her, peering in from the outside, lost. Changes began to surface, subtle yet profound, small at first, unsettling. Her handwriting, for instance, once flowing and graceful, now jagged and harsh. Now it was spiky, angular, almost aggressively unfamiliar, a reflection of her inner turmoil. She used to love spicy food, savoring every bite with delight. Now she pushed it away with a grimace, unable to tolerate the heat. Tiny cracks appearing in the facade. The person she once was seemed to be slipping away. Of the Sarah they thought they knew. Friends visited, their concern palpable, trying to bridge the gap, to reach the Sarah they remembered, but she felt like a distant echo. What happened to her? Theories swirled. Was it something she saw, something she experienced? The questions were endless and the answers elusive. Psychogenic amnesia, the doctors tentatively suggested, a possibility, a fugue state, the mind protecting itself from what? From extreme stress or some unspeakable trauma. It was plausible, but was it the whole story? Could it really be that simple? It made a kind of sense, but it felt incomplete. It didn't explain everything. Not really. There were gaps, inconsistencies, pieces of the puzzle that just didn't fit. The changes in her, they ran too deep, too fundamental. Those 3 lost days, a dark, silent void. Other cases existed, cases that were eerily similar. You could find them if you looked, whispers. Stories passed down, people who vanished without a trace only to reappear, altered in ways that defied explanation. People vanishing without a trace, reappearing changed, different. Their eyes held secrets, their minds shadows. The famous case of Agatha Christie. Back in 1926, 11 lost days. She too claimed amnesia, no explanation. Maple Creek, a mystery that still lingers. It was once their home, their sanctuary. But now it was a place filled with echoes and unanswered questions. A place where the past and present intertwined, leaving behind a trail of mysteries.
Again, thank you so much for watching Softbound. This was real interesting. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of anything like this or someone you know. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment in the comment section. And thank you, and we'll be back with more.